Remember the 90s? Grunge ruled, alternative exploded, and MTV actually played music.
I can hear you sing it to me in my sleep.
But for every Nirvana or Pearl Jam, there were bands who deserved just as much love, and never got it. These are 10 overlooked 90s rock albums that flew under the radar, but shaped the decade's sound, soul, and grit. Fantastic Planet by Failure.
Sparkle in darkness. They caught me downtown.
Dreamy, dark, addictive. This album sounds like drifting through space with your demons whispering in your ear. It's a concept record about addiction and isolation, the kind that crawls under your skin. If you loved Smashing Pumpkins or Tool, this should have been your Bible. But in '96, no one was paying attention. Here's our top 3 favorites from this album.
Pharmacy keys, she's falling hard. Heard you driving in my car, then in the front.
Chrome by Catherine Wheel. A wall of guitars so thick, it felt like swimming in sound. Part shoegaze, part alt-rock, and all emotion. They never got the fame of My Bloody Valentine, but Chrome was pure sonic gold, a record that glows brighter with every decade that passes. Here's our top 3 favorites from this album. Dust by Screaming Trees.
All these dying days, I walk the ghost.
Grunge's most soulful band, never got their spotlight. While Nirvana screamed and Pearl Jam soared, Screaming Trees simmered, with Mark Lanigan's smoky voice carrying songs that felt ancient and timeless. Dust was grunge with a heart and a hangover. Here's our top 3 favorites from this album.
Gotta get away before the Lord don't make a mistake. Yes, it's too late. Come January, swear this world.
Gentlemen by the Afghan Whigs.
Didn't I do a good job of pretending?
A breakup album that hits like a confession. Dark, seductive, and brutally honest. Greg Dully mixed soul, rock, and guilt like no one else. While the world obsessed over angst, Gentleman was quietly redefining what emotional rock could be. Here's our top 3 favorites from this album.
Saying that the victim doesn't want it to end. Hear me now and don't forget.
Girlfriend by Matthew Sweet. A perfect power pop storm, jangly guitars, soaring melodies, and heartbreak lyrics that sting. It's one of those records that make you feel 17 and heartbroken all over again. If this came out today, critics would call it indie rock genius. Here's our top 3 favorites from this album.
Love somebody. I hear you need somebody. I don't know where I'm gonna live. Think I'd find you perfect in so many ways.
Rotting Piñata by Sponge. This record had hooks for days and grunge grit with a smirk. Plowed, Molly. These were anthems hiding behind alt radio static. It got lost in the post-grunge flood, but few albums captured the 90s attitude quite like Rotting Piñata. Here's our top 3 favorites from this album.
See you naked in the bath. It's way down here. Will I wake up some dream I made up?
Become What You Are by the Juliana Hatfield 3.
Hiding
Juliana's voice was sharp, honest, and human. Songs like My Sister and Spin the Bottle were catchy, yes, but her lyrics dug into identity, frustration, and growing up weird in the 90s. She never got her due as one of the era's smartest songwriters. Here's our top 3 favorites from this album.
It's dying, it's dying, it's dying. As the games were started, bottles on the ground. Are you ready now? I love my sister. She's the best.
As Good as Dead by Local H.
That's all that matters to you.
A duo that sounded like a full band on fire. Bound for the Floor made radio history. But the rest of this album, pure small-town rage with lyrics that felt ripped from every frustrated 90s teenager's notebook. Here's our top 3 favorites from this album.
Borders on the ice, rejected sacrifice. You just a walking billboard for all the latest brands. You got no taste in music. Pick up a sad again, you love to accept it. You know yourself.
Regretfully Yours by Superdrag.
Even wonder if they're gonna put me under. 'Cause you're here now.
Power pop meets pain. Songs that sound happy. Until you really listen. Who Sucked Out the Feeling wasn't just a hook. It was a cry for help wrapped in perfect melody. If this had Weezer's name on it, it'd be multi-platinum. Here's our top 3 favorites from this album.
Does it really even matter if we play? Guess it's up to you to have an exercise. Who sucked out the feeling? Who sucked out the
Soup by Blind Melon. Everyone knows No Rain, but Soup, that was Blind Melon's masterpiece. It's raw, unpredictable, and bursting with emotion. Shannon Hoon poured everything into it. And just months later, he was gone. A tragic, fearless album that deserved to be legendary. Here's our top 3 favorites from this album.
Find myself singing in the same songs every day. Is this the place that I wanna be? Is it you I wanna see? I know you left it from the inside out.
So which underrated 90s album do you think deserves a comeback? Drop it in the comments. And if you love discovering forgotten gems, hit subscribe.